Greece has been at the top of our list for about 2 years now, and we're just now getting to go there.
Saw you paint a picture of a face that wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love, but it's so hard to move on. You haven't changed, you've stayed the same. But if you did, I'd still love you anyway. Give you the world like I promised I would, even though you wouldn't do the same. I give you the world like I promised I would, even though you wouldn't do the same.
I think for us, every time that we travel, we do get excited about going to a new place and seeing new things. But what really gets us excited the most is trying to figure out what we want to photograph when we get there. It gives us something to look forward to. I'm not going to say travel is completely without purpose without photography, but it always just enhances our overall experience. Our original plan, once we landed into Athens, was to find our Airbnb, drop our stuff off, go back into town to get film for the rest of the week. I'd looked up film stores in the area. I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. We wanted to do that because we wanted to get up early for sunrise golden hour the next morning. That definitely didn't happen. Once we got there, we were really tired, so we just went to this supermarket across the street, loaded up on snacks and drinks for the week, and took it easy with no plan at all to get up early for golden hour. On each other all the way. The first thing that we always have to check out in new places are the coffee shops. The famous popular coffee drink in Greece is any form of the Fritto. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it still, but it's really good, especially the Fritto cappuccino. And since we didn't get to go into the city the day before and get film for the week, we decided to just make our way over there, kind of get our bearings, check out some of the sites, and buy some film for the rest of the week, because the original plan was for us to go to the Greek island of Paros the next day. Got an email about an hour ago saying that the ferry we were supposed to get on to go to the island of Paros tomorrow got canceled because of weather conditions, and say it only happens like 2 to 5 times a year. So one of the times that we're here, it happens, but it's no problem. It looks like I can move our trip to the next day without losing any money. So even though our plans had to change, that definitely wouldn't stop us from eating good. We found this little kebab place in our neighborhood where our Airbnb was, and we pretty much just stuck to that. We ate there like 8 times this week. So good. Chicken on a stick. Good anywhere in the world.
Chicken on a stick or a chicken kebab?
On a stick. Figured since we were going to the city, probably want to get some cityscapes, and we already have 2 other rolls of semi-still and medium format. Might as well load up a roll in 35mm, get some warm-up shots in before we leave for the island tomorrow. By the way, Angela got a new cool leather strap. Homemade right here in Greece. We try to avoid the touristy parts of cities anytime we go somewhere. Number one, they're less crowded and busy just from a practical standpoint. And number two, when you're going for photography, you don't want to get the same photographs that everyone else has. We look for the quaint little neighborhoods, kind of off the beaten path a little bit, and just wanted to kind of photograph more local things rather than the touristy popular things. I really like street photography, and anytime we're in a bigger city, I like to try and get the colors on these. We're starting to look pretty good, and some good warm-up shots for some street scenes. This might happen. I think we're down kind of in a valley, and so the light's really tricky. Doesn't matter what time you come, I think it's just going to be hard to get anyway. But looking around, still looks like some good spots, so I'm going to knock out a few more exposures with this any still. Probably couldn't hear me because the wind was so bad. That's why our boat couldn't leave today, but tried 3 different compositions right there. I think at least one of them should look good. Don't know yet. The colors in these are pretty good. We have some good color contrast going on with some yellows and oranges in the buildings, and of course the blue sky. The light at this point was starting to get a little bit better. The shadows were starting to get a little bit longer, and we were able to start chasing light a little bit more. Sun's washing it out. Sun's washing it out. We're walking the way that everything's backlit. Some things are too washed out. People thought I was waiting on them. Well, I was waiting for them to get in the right exact spot of the sun next to that cool building.
We said we'd be always you and me, for better or worse, bound together.
This little neighborhood that we were started in, was actually on the way to the Acropolis, probably the most famous tour site in all of Athens, with the Parthenon sitting right at the top of it. And like I said, we don't like to do the touristy things most times when we travel, but since we were there, Angela was like, we're here, let's just go. So I was like, all right, let's go. And I must say, I didn't regret that we went. Made it to the Parthenon. Sorry if it's super windy. As you can see, it's still under construction. You would think after 1,500 years they'd be able to complete a building, but I guess not. I don't know.
And we were driving right into the sun.
Don't fly away. Don't fly away.
The sun was round the corner, forever young. I got lost in your eyes, longing to belong. And it felt like California, here we come. So I got down
didn't know it at the time, but we were actually the last group to go in to the Parthenon. We were just steady taking pictures and stuff, and then like all the people that worked there were like, all right, time to go. Make your way toward the exit. Sorry for this dog barking over here, but we made our way toward the exit just at golden hour. So the light was starting to look really good. Anytime I looked at pictures of Greece before, like on the internet before we left, I would always find these photos that were just shot in harsh light, and I didn't really know why that was. Well, I think from what I can see from just our experience being there, golden hour just doesn't last that long. Maybe that's not true. Maybe that's just me. Maybe you have a different experience. But you just kind of have to go with what you got and kind of go with that harsh light look, even though you don't necessarily want to sometimes. But as we were going back down the hill, the light was starting to look really nice. So we got to fire off some pretty good shots here at the end. Shooting in good light can just make really any scene start to look good. After getting to the port and finding our boat, which wasn't exactly the easiest thing in the world, we had a 3-hour, which is considered a short boat ride, out to an island from Athens. There are other popular, well-known, social media famous islands in Greece, such as Santorini, Mykonos, and some others. We chose Paros because it's closer to Athens just for a day trip. And there are some really cool spots all over the island that would obviously be less crowded because they're a little bit less popular, but it definitely did not disappoint us.
Our driver for the day, whipping this beast of a European car. Is that it with that roll?
So, there you go.
Portrait time for both of us. Portrait 160 and 35mm for Angela, and we're gonna go ahead and go portrait 400 in medium format. Ooh, but don't drop all of it. Oh no, I can't shoot this. It says Kodak Professional. I'm not a professional. Ready to rock and roll. I don't like it. All right, we're gonna do it anyway. First shot of the day. This photo is all right, but definitely not one of my best. I think this is a habit I need to break myself of. Like, if a scene doesn't look good to the eye and you don't like the composition, it's not just somehow magically going to look good when it comes out in your photography. Especially when shooting medium format. I don't want to be too selective, but I also want to take my time and do get a composition of a nice scene. There's just nothing just totally eye-popping about this. So lesson learned from this first shot, even though it was a good way to get me started for the rest of the day. Hey, I'm 2 for 2 on taking the dark slide out before I press the button. And putting the dark slide back in. How about that? Maybe I am a professional. Maybe I can shoot this film.
this one definitely ended up being a favorite. The first thing that stands out are the complementary colors with the reddish, pinkish flowers up against the cool blue sky. And I like this little detail of actually having a person in frame. It always just gives it life to me. And everything else is black and white. So the colors, I think, is what really makes this one look good. I thought about shooting black and white on this trip, and I never shot a roll of black and white. And this is a good reason why.
One more night in my head, stirring up dust, kicking cobwebs.
I think we might finish this roll before we know it.
Looking for a light I've never known. Be out in the wilderness, or will it be home?
There's so many options. I picked this one because it has the most color pops, I
One
think.
more night with the dead. I've been spending more time with them than the living. If you're just the company that you keep,
How many shots you got?
6.
I'll stay where
6
I
already?
am
6 already.
for eternity. Well, I don't know if something's gonna come my way. I don't know, but give me just a little taste, 'cause I need something to hold on to. I need more than just a window.
Going F22 on this one. Try to get almost everything in focus up to infinity. Waiting for the next batch of waves. Going back into the city right here. She just asked what shot did I shoot. I don't even know if you can hear me because the wind's blowing so bad. But there's this cool alleyway right here, and then you can see like the city, other parts of the island behind it. Pretty cool.
When I start looking in, I can't tell the end from the beginning.
There she goes into the waves. This was her decision, by the way. 100% her decision. She wanted me to come with her, but all of our stuff would have got wet. She's made it back.
Huh?
You didn't get wet?
No, look, I'm dry. See? You just gotta measure the waves.
Didn't get wet.
Didn't get wet. Maybe a couple of splashes, but that's about it.
I don't know if something's gonna come my way. I don't know,
3 shots
but
left.
give me just a little taste. I need something to hold on to. I need more than just a window with a view.
I think it's pretty safe to say that Angela outshot me on a lot of these compositions, and we were not leaving that Greek island until we got a shot of a blue dome, something that the Greek islands are famous for, and now we have a picture of our own.
Tárdate más. Más se tarda.
Two more.
This scene is kind of busy, but I kind of like it. You have good range of highlights and shadows, and again, you have complementary colors, the warm yellow door, the blue sky. Those alleyways were really tight. Made me wish that I had a little bit wider angle lens. I mean, I was shooting on a 65mm medium format, so it's equivalent to what, 33mm, I think. But you just gotta work with what you got.
Okay, I think I found the last composition that I like. The only thing different is I'm going at f11 this time. 2 boats with the cityscape in the background.
The only bad part of the day was having to go back to the port and wait on our boat to take us back to Athens. Me and Angela both said if we had to do it again, we would definitely stay on an island instead of staying in Athens. The compositions were seemingly endless. You can island hop and see what else you can find on a different one, but oh well, next time. We spent our last day in Athens just chilling in the city, taking in the sights and the sounds and the foods. We actually bought a roll of Ultramax and put it in the 35mm, but we shot 12 shots off of this and actually haven't finished the roll. So I don't know what those look like. We'll have to finish the roll later and see what we got from it.